Howdy folks, welcome back to Project Man Cave with the mighty Jingles, the final episode. Finally, you're going to get to see where all the money went. This is it. This is where the magic happens. Here we go. I'll just let you glory in the sight there for a moment. This is the man cave at last. This is where I record, render, commentate on, do all the videos. Let's close in for a closer look at some of the stuff. Oh, there's the new PC. There is the beast. £2,500 that monster cost, and worth every penny. I'll just flash it up. Get a closer look at the case as well. There's the power switch. Oh, it's a bit bright today. Fan control, your usual USB, SS ports. I know all you computer geeks love this sort of thing. There's the GTX780 Ti graphics card, amongst other things. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive, 240 gigabyte SSD, Soundblaster Z sound card, a 27-inch Benq monitor, ably protected by all kinds of stormtroopers. One sound trooper squad leader, the old DDR3 heavy blaster rifle. Not the only sound trooper, I've got another one there. Sound trooper squad member. All this stuff is new stuff that arrived since I did the last Project Man Cave video. With this T21 heavy repeating blaster rifle, modelled on the Lewis gun from World War One, and another sound trooper there with his macro binocs. Sitting on top of the speakers, which only seems appropriate, is Eric Draven from The Crow. I think actually that stormtrooper there and that one over there were the first two things that I unboxed on the Project Man Cave videos, and they're up top with the sideshow stuff. The Predator, Baby Doll from Sucker Punch, and Jedi Master Shark T. Darth Malgus. This is a Gentle Giant collectible. It came with the boxed set special edition of Star Wars The Old Republic. And over there, that's where we've put Feora from Superman, Man of Steel. That was a pretty quick boot up sequence, wasn't it? Right, yeah, anyway, moving on. Up here we have Star Trek Into Darkness phaser pistol, which is nice. All kinds of, oh, this is I don't know if you've ever seen the Kevin Smith movie Dogma. That's the Buddy Christ. Some DVDs, Blu-rays, computer games, blah blah blah, so on and so on. Gary the Stormtrooper, there he is. The man cave isn't 100% complete. If you have a look, you see Gary doesn't have his boots on. I've got the boots, I've got the paint for them, I just haven't done it yet. And R2 here, who you may remember, doubles as a waste paper bin, which is nice. Moving on to the next display shelf, we've got the Force FX lightsaber. In fact, let's get that down. I might have to do a quick cut here, otherwise it's going to look really clumsy. Yeah, obviously this looks a lot better in the dark, and I'm not sure if you've seen how these things work, but £120, worth every penny. We'll put that thing back now. So yeah, Force FX lightsaber, but I also bought a whole bunch of model tanks when I went to Bovington on Valentine's Day, and a lot of you, rightfully so, have been asking to see them. Here they are. The Stug 3, which I think is my favourite of the lot. The Ferdinand, the mighty YAG Tiger. And then we interrupt this presentation to bring you news of something completely different. There's a company called Fingerprints, and they will do models of your World of Warcraft characters, and that's exactly what these are. That's Callie, my human mage. Down here is the mighty Jingles himself. There he is in the flesh. Callie again, wearing a different set of gear. And over here is my human warrior, Gorm. These will set you back around about €110 a piece. Moving on down, we've got the DC Bombshells collection, including one that you haven't seen, Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. This is a Hot Toys collectible, just like the Eric Draven from The Crow. Let's pull back a little so you can see all of the girls. From left to right, we've got Harley Quinn, Arkham Asylum edition, Bishujo version of Huntress from Birds of Prey. We've got the DC Bombshells version of Harley Quinn, Catwoman, DC CoverGirl's Poison Ivy, and DC CoverGirl's Batgirl. Because I really probably should have done a complete video on the Catwoman figure, but I didn't, so this is the first time you're seeing it. Try and keep that in focus. It really is, I mean, it's like most of the Hot Toys stuff, incredibly well detailed. Just look at the texturing on the costume. In case you're wondering what these are, it's the display stand that holds her up. The pistol cocks, the magazine comes out, you know, it's just stunning level of attention to detail, as you'd expect from Hot Toys collectibles. Moving on down, it's the Panther G, also from Bovington. Standing next to Tally from Mass Effect, who you've already seen. And then the big tanks. It's the Men of Valor Sherman. I did get, you may remember if you saw the Men of Valor video, it came with this hatch missing. Oop, haven't quite fitted on. Typical. Jingles, show them it. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, this hatch was missing. I haven't quite fitted it back on yet. There it is. Okay, there we go. I just wrote to Men of Valor, and it took them a while to reply, but they sent a replacement hatch cover back free of charge, so that was really good. Moving on down, M26 Pershing. This was the last model tank that I bought at Bovington, and that of course is sitting right next to the mighty Men of Valor Tiger. Oh yeah. Not going to dwell too much on that because it's had its own video. And of course we've got Gary the Stormtrooper, original Stormtrooper armour piece. Not 100% authentic or accurate apparently, but good enough for me. Little R2 down here. The model aircraft collection. We have Lieutenant Stigler's BF-109. Franz Stigler, I think I almost forgot his name. The de Havilland Mosquito. The old pub, the B-17 that met Franz Stigler over Germany on that fateful day, which again has its own video. A absolutely beautiful, if I can hold the bloody camera on it, Spitfire. The Avro Vulcan. And the Royal Navy Sea Harrier. Of course, I've got a thing about Sound Troopers, haven't I? It's Dewey the Dewback. And the Sound Trooper that finally arrived to make the Dewback figure complete. Speaking of Star Wars, down here, the rest of the Star Wars models. Millennium Falcon, Snowtrooper, Y-Wing, X-Wing, Lander class shuttle, TIE Interceptor, and because I had nowhere else to put it, the Normandy SR1 from Mass Effect. Imperial Stormtrooper E11 Blaster Carbine, limited edition, with display stand. And again, because I had nowhere else to put them, that's Rottingham the Ghoul from World of Warcraft, and King Varian Rin from World of Warcraft as Logosh the Gladiator. And at the bottom, my Judge Dredd and Strontium Dog comic collection, which ain't bad. And here's the old PC. Oh, and in case people are wondering, this is the microphone I use. It's a Rode Podcaster. Rode, an Australian audio company. They're very, very good. And that's the mic that I use to record. And I still record all of the videos on the old PC, just hiding down there. With the old monitor, the old keyboard, the old speakers, which are exactly the same as the new speakers, the old mouse, which is exactly the same as the new mouse. And there it is. Oh, also up here, some of the older collectibles that I have. Most of you will probably recognise these characters straight away. Solid Snake, Ash from Evil Dead. You may not recognise Strontium Dog, Johnny Alpha, character from the British 2000 AD comic, James Bond's Aston Martin DB5, Judge Dredd and Mr. White from Reservoir Dogs. The 2 bottles of Newcastle Brown Ale. You may... Well, this one over here, you can see that it's been bottled and labelled especially for HMS Newcastle on its 25th birthday in March 2003. And this one, bottled and labelled especially for HMS Newcastle's decommissioning in January 2005. Now, I used to have my own, because I was on HMS Newcastle at both of these occasions. And I used to have my own, not copies, but versions of these bottles. And like an idiot, I drank them. Well, for my 44th birthday, my mate Eddie, who was also on HMS Newcastle at both of these occasions, working in the Naffy canteen, he gave them both to me for my 44th birthday. He's been offered £300 for these bottles, so I'll be keeping these for a good long time. And that, boys and girls, is where all the money went. Final costs, I have absolutely no idea. Somewhere in the region of £8,000 or £9,000. Yeah. But it's all gone now, and now I do at least have something to show for it. So that is Project Man Cave. It's not 100% complete. There is still another display cabinet that's going to go up, but what's going to go in there is probably just going to be things like Blu-rays, computer games, stuff like that. Most of the display stuff, it's all here. So there it is. I think it's been worth it. Your mileage may of course vary. As always, folks, have fun out there, and I'll catch you next time. So, boo, what do you think of the Man Cave? Oh, you prefer it the old way? You think it was better when there was rubbish all over the floor? Because you could have a quick shit and it wouldn't be found for days? Is that what you're saying, boo? Is that what you're saying? He's a sneaky little bug.